47 words. That's all it took to dismantle 11 years of human labor. William didn't know it then, but those words would eventually rewrite his own life. He stared at the paper. The word terminated felt like a physical weight. But it wasn't the rejection that stung most. It was the realization that the system he built was now complete without him. To understand how William got here, we have to go back to a time when he was the golden boy of Belwick and Associates, a man who measured the world in seconds saved and pennies earned. William was the operations manager. He was the first one in every morning, his shoes clicking on the sterile marble floors. He lived by the clock, and he expected everyone else to do the same. Belwick and Associates wasn't just an accounting firm. It was a machine, 43 cogs turning in unison. No one spoke more than they had to. No one stayed a second longer than required. Richard Belwick was the man who owned the machine. He didn't care for stories or excuses. He cared for the bottom line, and the bottom line was starting to fail him. On a rainy Tuesday, Richard called him in. "We're soft, William. The inefficiency is a cancer. Cut it out. I don't care about the faces or the years, just the numbers." William went home and worked. He stayed up until the sun threatened to rise, scouring the latest developments in automation and AI. He wasn't looking for help. He was looking for a replacement. At exactly 2:47 a.m., he found it. A prompt architecture that could learn the nuances of their reporting. He typed 47 words, a master command that would change everything. The machine processed a 3-hour task in 11 seconds. William felt a surge of power. For the first time, he saw a path to perfect efficiency, a path that didn't involve people. Then there was Diana. She had been there for 22 years. She was the client relations coordinator, but her job description was mostly blank because no one could quantify what she actually did. William watched her from his glass office. To him, Diana was the ultimate inefficiency. She spent too much time on the phone, too much time in the break room, too much time being human. The rollout took 2 weeks. William presented his optimized future to the board. 7 names were on the list, 7 salaries to be converted into software subscriptions. Diana was at the bottom. The meetings were clinical. William used phrases like strategic alignment and resource optimization. He didn't look at their eyes. He only looked at the signatures on the severance forms. Diana was the last to leave. She didn't say much. She just looked at William with a kind of pity that confused him. "You've built a perfect box, William," she said. "But people don't live in boxes." For 3 months, William was a hero. The prompt was flawless. Reports were perfect. Invoices were instant. Profits soared as overhead vanished. Efficiency had improved by 340%. But the office had changed. It wasn't just quieter. It was dead. The laughter was gone. The spontaneous problem-solving sessions were gone. The soul of Belwick and Associates had been optimized out of existence. Then the calls started coming. Or rather, the emails stopped. Patterson and Sons, their anchor for nearly 2 decades, pulled their account without warning. When Richard asked why, the answer was simple. "It doesn't feel like you anymore." William couldn't understand. The math was perfect. The service was faster than ever. He began to dig through the old archives, through the thousands of manual touch points they had replaced with code. He found them. Hundreds of notes, thousands of tiny unbilled moments. Diana hadn't just been filing, she had been caring. She remembered birthdays, anniversaries, and the names of grandchildren. She was the thread that held the clients to the firm. William realized that the machine had done exactly what he told it to do. It had replaced the tasks, but it could never replace the relationships. You can't automate trust, and without trust, the numbers were just noise. Richard didn't care about William's discovery. He only saw the falling stock price. He needed a sacrifice. He needed someone to blame for the coldness that had infected his company. And he looked directly at the man who had built the cure. He was given 15 minutes to clear his desk. He took his laptop and a single-frame photo of his family. He realized he didn't even have a mug to take with him. He had never made himself at home. As he walked out, he felt the weight of every person he had cut. He had optimized away the very things that made his own job meaningful. He was a master of efficiency, and he had efficiently made himself obsolete. He sat in the rain for a long time. The world outside the office felt messy, loud, and inefficient. And for the first time in his life, he didn't want to fix it. He wanted to be a part of it. He finally pressed call. Diana met him. She didn't gloat. She just listened. She told him about her new business, a consultancy that helped tech companies find their hearts again. She called it the Human Bridge. She offered him a job, not as a manager, but as a student. William learned a new kind of work. He learned this: the most important part of any business transaction isn't the transaction at all. It's the connection. He learned to ask, "How are you?" and to actually wait for the answer. 6 months later, Diana's firm was thriving. Not because they were the fastest, but because they were the most present. William found that he was happier with the smaller paycheck and a larger life. He was no longer a cog, he was a person. Belwick and Associates eventually closed. The perfect machine had run out of fuel, because the fuel of business isn't data, it's people. And without them, even the most efficient prompt is just silent code. So, what is the value of your work? Is it the speed at which you finish or the impact you leave behind? Remember, William. Remember the 47 words. And remember that the things that matter most can never be optimized. Silence.